Football fans, get ready, because today's news from the transfer market and the Brazilian national team will absolutely shock you. From unexpected deals to dramatic twists, and even some transfer sagas that ended in heartbreak, there's so much to unpack. But here's the big question. Has Manchester City finally found the perfect replacement for Ederson? And what on earth is Carlo Ancelotti planning with Brazil's attacking lineup for the upcoming matches? Stay tuned, because this video is packed with surprises you won't want to miss. Let's dive right in. First, a quick correction from yesterday's update. Goalkeeper Ederson has officially joined Fenerbahce of Turkey, not Galatasaray, as was previously reported. This move means Ederson's chapter at Manchester City is closed, and with his departure, the door opened wide for the arrival of none other than Gianluigi Donnarumma. Yes, City wasted no time in securing the Italian shot stopper. Donnarumma has already sent his first message to the fans, announcing that he's ready to defend City's goal as their new number one. Considering Ederson's recent decline in form, Pep Guardiola's decision to bring in Donnarumma looks like a masterstroke. City now have a new wall between the posts, and fans are buzzing with excitement. But the story doesn't end there. One of the most dramatic transfers of this summer window involved Alexander Isak. The Newcastle striker forced his way out in dramatic fashion, refusing to attend training and making it clear he wouldn't play for the club again. The saga dragged on until the very last day of the transfer window. And guess what? Liverpool swooped in, sealing the deal for a massive fee, reportedly around 148 to 150 million euros, including bonuses. Some reports suggest it could even settle at 138 million, but either way, it's the biggest signing of the summer. Liverpool didn't stop there. They also secured Florian Wirtz, meaning the Reds landed the two most expensive players of this transfer market. A huge statement of intent from Jurgen Klopp's side. Now, here's a transfer that caught many completely off guard. İlkay Gündoğan, yes, the former Manchester City and Barcelona midfielder, has signed for Galatasaray in Turkey. For Gundogan, this wasn't just a professional move. It was deeply personal. On his social media, he shared childhood photos wearing the Galatasaray shirt and cap, revealing his lifelong love for the club. He even arrived in Turkey aboard his private jet, welcomed as a hero. With Gundogan's arrival, Galatasaray's midfield looks stronger than ever. Fans are dreaming big for the season ahead, and honestly, who can blame them? But football isn't always about happy endings. Remember the rumors about Emiliano Dibu Martinez? The Argentine goalkeeper seemed destined to leave Aston Villa, even bidding an emotional farewell to the fans. Yet at the last minute, the deal collapsed. Instead of Martínez, Manchester United opted for a younger option, signing Senne Lammens, a 21-year-old goalkeeper. This surprising twist forced Dibu to return to Aston Villa. Awkward, considering his tearful goodbye. Lammens, on the other hand, rejected an offer from Galatasaray and chose United, where he'll try to make his mark. Meanwhile, in Spain, another transfer saga finally reached its conclusion. Antony, formerly of Manchester United, has joined Real Betis for around 30 million euros. Betis fans couldn't believe their luck. Antony was welcomed with loud cheers and celebrations, as supporters hope he can replicate last season's magic, when he inspired the team all the way to the Conference League final. The Brazilian winger signed a long-term contract until 2030, making it clear that he's committed to Betis for the future. In his own words, it's not just about money, it's about playing where he feels valued. A refreshing statement in today's football world. But not every transfer had a fairy tale ending. The much-talked-about saga of Rodrygo and Real Madrid fizzled out without a move. Despite heavy links to Arsenal, Tottenham, and even Manchester City, the Brazilian forward is staying put at Madrid. The problem? With the squad depth and new arrivals, Rodrygo risks spending much of his time on the bench. That could be disastrous for his World Cup chances, unless Carlo Ancelotti changes his strategy. It's a big gamble for Rodrygo, whose dream of leading Brazil in 2026 now looks uncertain. Speaking of Ancelotti, let's shift to the Brazilian national team. The Seleção just held their first press conference and training session ahead of the upcoming matches. Striker João Pedro spoke about his style of play, but the real fireworks came during training. Media outlets like GE and TNT Sports were quick to spot clues about Ancelotti's potential starting lineup. And what a lineup it is. Reports suggest that Ancelotti is planning to field a very attacking team, even lining up with 4 forwards. That's right, an unusually bold approach for the Italian manager, who is always known for balance at Real Madrid. In this setup, Alisson will guard the goal, with Marquinhos and Gabriel Magalhães in central defense. The fullbacks are expected to be Wesley and Douglas Santos. Midfield looks surprisingly light, featuring just Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes. And then comes the explosive front 4, Gabriel Martinelli, João Pedro, Raphinha, and the teenage sensation Estevão. What makes this lineup so fascinating is the dynamic up front. Both Raphinha and Estevão are natural right-sided players, yet Ancelotti seems willing to experiment, letting them switch positions and cut inside. Martinelli will stretch the play on the left, while João Pedro operates as the central striker. It's an adventurous approach, but here's the concern. Without a traditional playmaker, will Brazil lack creativity in midfield? Can Casemiro and Bruno Guimaraes handle the pressure of controlling the game alone? These questions are already sparking debate among fans and journalists. Some argue that Brazil desperately needs a classic number 10 to link midfield and attack. Others are excited by the idea of unleashing pure attacking firepower, especially in home matches where the crowd demands entertainment. What do you think? Is Ancelotti making the right call with this bold attacking experiment? Or should he stick to a more balanced system? One thing is certain. The coming matches will tell us a lot about Brazil's future under Ancelotti. Will João Pedro prove himself as Brazil's new number 9? Can Estevão live up to the hype at just 17 years old? And most importantly, is this the kind of lineup that can bring the World Cup back to Brazil in 2026? Before we wrap up, let's recap today's wild ride. Ederson leaves City for Turkey, while Donnarumma steps in as Guardiola's new goalkeeper. Isak forces a record-breaking move to Liverpool. Gundogan fulfills his childhood dream at Galatasaray. Dibu Martinez returns awkwardly to Aston Villa. Antony starts fresh at Real Betis. And Rodrygo's Madrid saga ends in frustration. Meanwhile, Ancelotti is cooking up something very different with Brazil. Maybe genius, maybe risky, but certainly exciting. So, what do you think about all these stories? Which transfers shocked you the most? And would you trust Ancelotti's daring 4-attacker system? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one of them. That's all for today's episode, but don't forget, tomorrow we're back with even more breaking news from the world of football. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.